talking about for the past 3 weeks is moving through transition. And those of you who are new might question, well, what's going on? What's the transition? I've never been in such a happy, loving, beautiful, music-filled, gorgeous campus. And what we're doing is we're moving to a higher understanding of how we can serve, what our divine purpose is. Have you ever wondered, what is my purpose? Anybody ever thought about that? Often. My grandson's off in college, and he called me Friday night, and he just said, I miss you. Things are really busy here. I'm having a good time. Classes aren't really hard yet, and I'm taking philosophy. And I can't wait to go deep with you, Nan. Me neither. Study up now. Because he's my little Buddha right now. He's my little Buddha. I'm so grateful for him. We started this process with endings. Change happens through a situation ending. And when something ends, we have to let go and to surrender to what is wanting to come up. We have to let go of the story. And it cannot happen before it's ready to happen. And that's, I've been meeting with many of you the last 3 weeks, and I thought, really it's time now to have some healing listening circles so we can let out the story that's causing us some disease and discomfort. In a circle where nobody is going to fix you, change you, build upon your story, collude with your story, but simply listen and see how whole you truly are. It is an opportunity to heal in a way most of us don't get the chance to heal. Oftentimes when we're talking to people, maybe this is just my experience, they're so anxious about getting in their next point, I'm not sure they heard what I had to say. And I know as we get older, we have to remember what we want to say. And so we say, wait, just a minute, let me just say this. But when we deeply listen to each other, we don't have to agree with each other. But if we deeply listen to each other and think, when in my life have I had pain like this? Without saying anything, we can allow that person to heal. So at the end of the service, there's going to be a sign-up sheet. I'm going to do 12 people at a time. Once the sign-up sheet is full of 12, we'll go on to the next week. And this isn't a repeat performance. You know what I'm saying? You can't sign up week after week after week after week. Because that would be like repeating the story. And we want to let the story go. Because until we are free of our judgments, of our perceptions, of our closely held opinions that we are right and somebody else is wrong, we can't heal, we can't transform, we can't grow, we can't lift up the consciousness of this planet. And I don't know about you, but peace on earth is my goal. I want our kids to have a better world than what's going on right now. I want them to say, wow, what wonders exist. So the first stage of going through a transition, which is a process, and it's interesting, every time I bring up grief, somebody in the congregation informs me they're not grieving. Well, if you're not grieving, that's great. Go ahead, ascend. But there's lots of losses we've been going through. More than in the last year, but in the year before that, and the year before that. And these losses aren't being integrated into the community. So here I am, Super Carla. I have come to hold a space for you, not to do it for you, but to reflect back to you, to mirror back to you. You have everything you need within you to move through this, to shift the consciousness that is here right now and to create the future that we want to create here. And there's a huge future here. Can you feel it? It is amazing, the healing presence of the grounds. How about these grounds? Have you noticed how much better they get week after week? Yeah. And that happens by magic. We just say, God, fix our grounds. No. We use Dwayne and we use Bill, and we just are in awe of what they have created on the grounds. People give hour upon hour to this community. Why? Because they love what it stands for. We stand on the shoulders of somebody maybe you never knew. I did, Jack Kearns. And what we want to do is take his vision and bring it forward. We want to amplify that. We want to be a sacred place of healing for everyone to know the wholeness that they are. So we got to start where we are, not where we pretend to be, not even where we affirm to be. Because until we can deal with the facts, affirmations are good. But your monkey mind says, yeah, really. You know what your monkey mind is? It's that chattering part of the brain that over and over again has a loop. And that loop is energetic patterns that get locked into place from the past. We can wear new neural pathways into our brain with affirmations. And we have to tell the truth about where we are. We have to say, yep, here I am right here now, and that's where I'm going to go, and I'm going to go step by step. I'm going to have a vision and a mission and a plan to go forward. So this process we're in takes as long as it takes. We'll all know when we're done with the endings part of it. And then the good news is you move into the void, or the wilderness part of the process. Remember the story of the Israelites leaving Egypt and going across the desert to the promised land? Do any of you remember that? And it happened in 24 hours, right? It happened through a lot of miracles and a lot of challenges along the way. And, you know, it took 40 years. Poor Moses took 40 years before that out in the wilderness because of killing an Egyptian. And then God called him and said, you're going to lead my people out of Egypt. Really, me? Don't you want Aaron or perhaps Miriam? They speak better than I do. But God chose him, and God chose him because he had an extraordinary sense of justice. We must not forget that. And humility. It doesn't matter how much money we have, what our job is. It matters how we treat each other and the children of this world. We are creating a space here that is legendary. And I want to even make it more legendary. I want this to be an experience where we go, wow, wasn't that fun? And wasn't that hard work? Because once we get through the wilderness, you've heard of vision quests, right? And a vision quest is when you leave where you're comfortable and you go out in the wilderness and you stay for a while until you get a message. And when you get that message, you run back to your tribe and you share the gift. And so in this wilderness experience we are going through, each of us will have a gift that'll come up, a skill, something that, oh, I long to do this. But it won't happen through chattering, and it won't happen through a lot of different ways until we get out of the world and the busyness and begin listening to the voice within us. I think of Amy and Jesse and with their little girl. Finding time to be quiet is a little difficult, isn't it? You can't say, no, I just need to go away for 30 minutes. Here, play with this toy. I remember those years fondly. But we have to, no matter how busy we are, no matter where we travel to, no matter what our job is, it's not about us affecting the outer world until we've turned within and made meaning for us for being alive in the world. So the wilderness experience is a very creative time. I really kind of like it because even though it can be painful sometimes, I learn more about who I truly am than when things are smooth sailing. So after we finish the wilderness experience, we move into the part we all love, new beginnings. And the energy is so high and it's so exciting. And it's like brainstorming, isn't it? Ooh, guess what I think? I'm called to do this. I'm called to do that. We're going to do some visioning and some really looking at the mission. And does the mission of this community, is it clear enough that we know how to make the important decisions with wisdom? Instead of making them with the mind, what if we spiritually discerned? And that takes some skill building. Even though people are very obviously very skilled, there's different skills and different ways of honing our skills in a way that works for God. We can't go through a transformation and have something absolutely different happen in this community without each and every one of you changing. It takes all of you. You can't be the same person, because if you are the same person, you're going to draw the next same person to you. I shared with you last week about losing my mother and my brother and my daughter all in a 6-month period of time. And what I held on to during that time was that I knew I could never be the same. So who am I? What's my life about? What's my purpose? I've spent all these years becoming a minister, and then my whole family leaves. And how now will I minister? How now can I inspire and comfort other people? Well, the only way I can do that is being authentically vulnerable and knowing when I come from the same energy field that I had before, when I felt those old patterns of stress, energy patterns that would block me being the highest and best I can be, I knew I had to get rid of them. And I'm so grateful to have run into Angela Black here, because she has been marvelous in helping me realize. I woke up Thursday and I said, Angela, I'm in an old energy pattern. I need you to shake it out of me. But in recognizing that, I can go deeper. I can be more for all of you. So I'm excited about what we're about. I'm thrilled that new people are showing up because it's just more fun with more people. I'm thrilled to get to see the kids today. And I'd like to close. Excuse me. You're never supposed to do this, but I have to. I want to read you this poem by this amazing woman named Martha Smock, who was the editor of Daily Word for many years. Martha says, "Could we but see the pattern of our days, we should discern how devious the ways by which we came to this present time, this place in life, and we should see the climb our soul has made up through the years. We should forget the hurts, the wanderings, the fears, the wastelands of our life, and know that we could come no other way or grow into our good without these steps our feet found hard to take, our faith found hard to meet. The road of life winds on, and we like travelers go from turn to turn until we come to know the truth that life is endless and that we forever are inhabitants of all eternity. There is no other way for us to arrive at this present point in our life's journey. And we will arrive at each destination by whatever it takes to get there. We have in our bodies, our hearts, our minds, and spirits the wisdom of the ages. Never doubt that. And when you do doubt that, close your eyes and put your hand on your heart and just feel that beat of your heart. We have at our fingertips all the wonders of modern technology. Well, at least Jesse does. We have the East and the West, the yin and the yang, infused, informed, and guided by the brilliant intention of evolution. The time is here to envision and co-create the adventure of conscious evolution. Will you join me? Let's go forward. Thank you.
Take me to green pastures, lay me by still waters, back to the beginning, deep within my soul. Plant me in the meadow, shower me with sunlight, lift me up from under, teach me how to grow. All is well, all is well. Listen to the Spirit whisper, all is well. All is well, all is well. In silence you can hear it whisper, all is well. All is well. All is well.
And in this field of all is well, we relax. We let go. We let our thoughts just drift across our mind and out our ears. All is well. In this present moment, we have all the wisdom, abundance, health, joy, life, and light that is needed for us to take the next step forward. All is well. All is well. Listen now in the silence as you ask, what is mine to do, Holy Spirit? And we know all is well.